Well, folks, you know what day it is. Good morning. It is a Feel Good Friday. Holy smokes, we are witnessing one of the craziest elections. And trust me, you know it's been crazy. But it just got nuttier. If you remember my episode from yesterday afternoon, we talked about how Global Mail broke the story about how Carney's been meeting with a group called the JCCC, which is a pro-Beijing group based and headquartered in Canada, and he had a meeting with them. According to their website, they had a meeting with him. And right before he became the prime minister, showing he has deep ties to China. And that question got levied and asked of Mark Carney at his press conference yesterday. And again, if you remember, he wasn't too pleased. Watch his reaction yet again. But before we do that, please like, share, and subscribe. It would mean the world. It helps amplify the voice. It helps amplify the video so it can get to more people. Because this information, mark my words, is going to be a defining turning point in this election. We are over halfway through. And what the media just did to Mark Carney is going to change how people view him. Mark my words, this is very interesting. Now let's get into it.
My colleagues have a story today about a Liberal candidate's relations with China-friendly groups and a meeting that you also held with a pro-Beijing group. So my question is, why did you meet with this pro-Beijing group, Jiangsu Commerce Council of Canada? And is the party okay with the fact that Liberal candidate Peter Yan has been so close with the Chinese consulate and China-friendly groups, given the public inquiry into foreign interference, says that this is a tactic China uses to exert influence?
Okay, well, I'm sorry, but you can't believe everything you read in the Globe and Mail. So in your question, and I guess in the article in question, you said I had a meeting with whatever your term was, Beijing group. I've never heard of this group, okay? Never heard of this group. Certainly didn't have a set-up meeting with this group. Full stop. So check your sources before you write things like that.
So he goes at the reporter saying, check your sources, does something stupid like that, gets really condescending with the reporter. Yes. And then we saw the website and the photos on the website that say JCC down in the bottom right-hand corner. And on that website, it said that they had a meeting with Mark Carney. The photos are there. It was on the website. The website said it itself. Remember what I talked about yesterday afternoon? If you haven't, go back and watch that. That happened. He gets upset, says, check your sources. That never happened. I don't know what the group you're talking about. Never had a meeting with them, yet here are the photos of it happening. What do you mean you didn't have a meeting with them? They said it was a meeting. And remember, I went to the website and I showed you everything that happened. Showed you the photos that were all plastered all over the website. And you must be wondering, Josh, why are you just not showing us the website? Well, you go to the website and now it's blank. Server error. And I was like, oh my gosh, the Liberal Party literally called this organization and said, take it down. If you remember, if you joined us on our live last night, that's what happened. I was like, oh man, they definitely told them to take it down. And then I find out later, after I get off the live, that the Liberal Party verified that's exactly what they did. Statement from the Liberal Party spokesperson. The web post referenced in the Global Mail article is inaccurate, as is the suggestion that Mr. Carney had any such in-depth discussion. We've reached out to the organization, we're correcting the record, and asked that they remove such claims immediately. Just trying to erase history of what happened. This China stuff is so bad for Mark Carney that even the Liberals openly said on CBC that we called them and told them to take it down. If that's how they're acting in an election cycle, what are they going to be like as your government? Calling the Emergencies Act is going to look like child's play, it looks like. Erase any connection I had with you guys. We can't admit this actually happened. This looks bad on them. Take it down now. Liberal Party literally called this organization to have them scrub the record. And that is what is left. That is what is left. For Mark Carney and the Liberal Party to say this never happened, to say that this was fake news, to go at the reporter the way he did, I was like, man, this isn't good for them. It's only bad for them if it gets out to their audience, which is those who watch the CBC, those who watch the CTVs, those who watch the mainstream media. Remember my point I made yesterday, the article referenced, which was this one, where they replaced Paul Chang with another Chinese connection, in with new, out with the old, same connections, same Beijing, pro-Beijing sentiments. That was the article. And the point I made yesterday is that it was hidden behind a paywall. Well, guess what? Since yesterday, it's now been removed from the paywall, and now it's free. You can watch it for free on the Globe and Mail website now. You can go and look this up and watch it and read it yourself. The media are a fickle bunch. And if you screw with them, and if they feel like you slighted them, and you made an example of them, it's funny how they'll start turning against you. This was behind a paywall yesterday. Remember the point I made, is anything that's even remotely critical of the Liberal Party gets put behind a paywall so that the organization can say that they have balanced coverage. But some of their coverage, a lot of their coverage that's pro-liberal is for free. And the stuff that makes the Liberal Party look bad goes behind a paywall to minimize how many people actually read it. For them to do this, this is a screw you to Carney. We're not playing any games. And do you know what else was a big screw you to Carney? Folks, hold your breath. The CBC covered this and had Robert Fife from the Globe and Mail come on the show and double down on what they reported. And man, it is not good for Mark Carney and the Liberals.
Carney said today in the statement from the party.
Well, first of all, we never said that there was a meeting. We said that this organization met him, and according to their website, they had an in-depth discussion. That's the story, and which, by the way, that wasn't the focus of the story. The focus of the story is on the Liberal candidate in the riding that was replaced by another Liberal
Etobicoke
MP.
North, I think,
Etobicoke,
yeah.
no, I know it's
Union Market.
Markham Union.
Yeah, sorry. My apologies.
And this man named Peter Yen is a former deputy police chief. We checked him out, and he is being connected to Beijing-friendly organizations, including this organization who met with Mr. Carney. They echo and repeat the lines of the Chinese Communist Party. The other groups that Mr. Yen met with were the Chinese Freemasons, which talks about annexation of Taiwan. He's been celebrated and had many meetings with the Chinese consulate, which we now know from the public inquiry into foreign interference that the Chinese consulate is the key organizing body for all of these proxy groups that try to influence politicians. So that was the point of our story. But here's the thing I want to talk, and I'm glad Mr. Carney raised this, because here's the reason why. This same group, if you go to the website, after they met him, they wrote a laudatory thing about how great Mark Carney is, how great he is and going to improve Chinese-Canadian relations. What did we find out on Monday? The site committee, which looks into federal election interference, said that WeChat and China has been trying to mold public opinion involving Mr. Carney. What are they molding? Nice things about him, what a tough guy he is, how he can take on the Americans. So I guess the point here is, has anybody learned anything from the foreign interference inquiry or not? This is the strategy of China to try to influence no matter which political party you are. And rather than trying to attack the media, why doesn't he just say, look, we have to do a better job of dealing with these kind of organizations that are trying to influence politicians?
Get wrecked. Oh my gosh, what just happened? You had Robert Fife go on the CBC, which is the network that attracts all the viewers that are the core of the Mark Carney campaign and platform and voters. Core. And he went and said the truth of what's been happening with China and Carney and the Liberal Party of Canada. Global Mail comments on how deeply embedded the Chinese influence is within the Liberal Party. They echo, quote, they echo and repeat lines of the CCP. He is being celebrated by the Chinese consulate, which is the key organizer for influencing politicians. And then goes on to say that this story just broke the other day about the CCP organizing a campaign to mold Chinese Canadians' perspective of Mark Carney in a positive way. Instead of attacking us, how about you address what the actual issue is? What did I say at the start of this? The media are a fickle bunch. There's a reason why they hate on Poilievre so much, is because he went after them. And if you as so much as attack them, they will throw you under the bus so quickly. In this case, it was to the benefit of the Canadian people. The media know what they're doing. The media know that they're hiding stories. The media know they're trying to give preferential coverage to be able to get their candidate in. We know as soon as someone's going to pay your salary, you'll do the bidding of them. That's how this goes. But if you go after one of them, they will throw you under that bus so quick. And they'll be like, all the information we've been hiding from the public to make sure you look better, here it is. Yeah, the CCP's been really interested in Mark Carney, really want to promote him to the people, and making sure that the Chinese Canadians vote for him. They echo and repeat CCP line talking points. Like everything he said has been true, because this is all the things that Sam Cooper's been reporting on. These are all the things that Andy Lee's been reporting on. And now finally someone got a little bit of courage. Not really courage. It was just them being petty, saying, you know what? Screw you, Mark Carney. You want to come after one of my people and say that what we publish is fake news? Here's some fake news for you. by fake news. This is the real story. Boom, 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 boom. Get wrecked. I can't believe what just happened tonight. I think we just witnessed a turning point in this election. CBC bringing on Robert Fife, and Robert Fife laying the smacker down on Mark Carney and proving a point, saying, again, let's play it again. Let's play it again, shall we?
I guess the point here is, has anybody learned anything from the foreign interference inquiry or not? This is the strategy of China to try to influence no matter which political party you are. And rather than trying to attack the media, why doesn't he just say, look, we have to do a better job of dealing with these kind of organizations that are trying to influence politicians?
This is going to make for a very interesting day today. How does Mark Carney address this? Does he address it? Does he try to hide it? Does he try to ignore it? As I said, clearly they're not trying to ignore it. The spokesperson put out a message saying, we told them to take it down. This party has no shame. They're so corrupt and they're trying to hide their footsteps. And guess what? The truth will set you free, friends. Like, share, and subscribe. Please do. We need to get this information out. We need to share it with our friends because this is big news. And CBC, out of pure petty, including the Global Mail, just release a story out of pure pettiness, but we'll take the wins as they come. This is ginormous. I'll see you this afternoon. Enjoy your Friday morning. Have yourselves a good one. I'm out.